Okay. Oh, good morning. Officially, it is time for your practice to begin today. It is a little annoying that there's a little box that pops up,
Yeah.
but you know, I think it has something to do with consent. So
Oh,
once you push the button and you've got all the buttons pushed, then it's time to get in the chair and then find a comfortable position. Sometimes we have to shift around a little bit before we get comfortable.
this says I have to receive it, I guess.
Yeah, you just got to push that little button and then it
Yeah,
says,
it was blocking your whole face.
I know, it's the worst.
Block it.
Very good. And speaking of buttons being in different places, um, there used to be a button where I can mute everybody, but now it's in a different place. So um, you can all mute yourself in a very quick kind of way. Looks like I have to find where that button went, which is kind of annoying. Making for a very high quality video, of course. Um, oh, what if I can do it all individually for you here. Go ahead, I got you right there. All right, progress. Now, to practice breathing exercises, I recommend you close your eyes. When we close our eyes, we become more sensitive to the internal environment. We become more sensitive to feeling and the sensation of pressure and the sensation of release of pressure. And so when the eyes are closed, we become much better at focusing on breathing exercises. So, in through the nose, out through the mouth. When you're breathing in, try to fill yourself completely full. And breathing out to find total emptiness. When you breathe in, try to fill yourself from the bottom to the top. We do this by pushing the belly out first before lifting the chest. And on the exhale, we will suck the belly in first before relaxing the chest. And in this way, we empty from the bottom to the top. Now we need to practice this breathing technique physically and also mentally. We try to visualize what's happening. We do this several times. Let's breathe deeply 2 times now. And then one last time, finding a maximum capacity and a profound emptiness. It's time to shift. We need to move away from deep breathing and move into normal breathing. This is important for many reasons. And the primary reasons, though, that we will switch moving into normal breathing is because we want to sharpen our ability to concentrate. We want to establish a lengthened period of uninterrupted focus. And so, by focusing on the natural sounds and feelings of your breathing without being involved in it, then we're stepping into this role of the observer. And we'll find that as we try to focus on the sounds and movements of our breathing, that we become distracted frequently. And this is actually a good thing because each time we come back to focusing on the breath, we strengthen ourselves a little more. We lengthen the amount of time that we can spend focusing on something. The next time you breathe out, make sure the shoulders relax. And during the next exhale, relax the forehead and face. Now begin softening the skin on your scalp. Let's release any tension from your jaw. Now, just before you get moving, it's important that we connect that breath that we've been focusing on to everything else in the universe. And because you are a breathing, living organism animated by prana, universal life force energy, it's important that you understand that breathing is how we move that energy around. And that energy is what we're made of. It's what your pets are made of. It's what your family and friends are made of. And the air itself that we're moving is made of prana. And this acts like a web or a blanket that connects everything. Because we are connected to everything, what we do here matters. We help ourselves so that we can help everyone else. I'm not trying to turn you into a superhero by any means, but maybe you already are. Bring yourself into the seated posture at the front edge of your chair. Carefully construct your seated posture, placing every piece of your body in the correct place. Yes, the feet are often the culprit. We sometimes leave the feet underneath us. When we scoot forward, now our feet are very underneath us instead of in front of us. So take those feet and step them forward until the ankle bone lines up with your knee joint. Yeah. Put your head up against this wall. You're up against a wall. Put your head up against there it is. That's better. Close the eyes. Press the palms together in front of the heart. Now, opening the eyes, reach up with your chin. And we're going to spend just a little moment here focusing on the feeling of lengthening the neck. Bring the chin down. Now come back. And what I want you to do is focus your eyes forward. That's what we usually do. We find the drishti or focal point straight ahead of us. But today we're going to use this to help us stretch the neck. So keep your back straight. And when your eyes are focused on that spot, do not look away from it, but drop your ear to your shoulder. And if you keep your eyes on that focal point, it will ensure the correct alignment. If you look away, it changes the angle. So keep what you have. Now let's take the arms out. And I'm pointing down towards the floor, and I'm reaching down towards the floor. And you feel that stretch hit you a little more. Now breathe here. Don't lose the angle on your neck. One more breath. Now we're going to come back here to the middle. Drop your chin down. And then lift your head up. Good. We're going to do that on the other side. So focus the eyes. Drop the ear to the shoulder. And then we're going to reach out and down. One more. Now we're going to come back. Chin goes down. And then bring it back up. That's good. Now you're ready. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in and out. Let's do 3. Now, keep it right here and twist to the side. Now, come back to the middle. Make sure you're pushing down with your feet, keeping the feet really pressing down, and then twist. Yeah, that helps it. Come back to the middle. Now, keeping normal breathing. If you're doing deep breathing, this will end up being too slow. So as you exhale, twist, and then you inhale to the middle. And you exhale to twist, and then inhale to the middle. Now, we're going to do back and forth is 1. So we're going to do 3 more. Now, when you come back to the middle, focus your eyes forward and then inhale overhead and exhale out to come down. Yes, that's good. Inhale up And exhale down. Inhale overhead. And exhale down. Now we're going to turn this next one into the twist. So inhale up and exhale, twist. Let's release, coming back to the middle. Press together. Inhale overhead. Exhale. The other way. Let's release. Coming back to the middle. That's it. Now, from here, I'm going to step my knees open just a little more, straightening the back. I'm going to put my elbow here, nice and close. I'm going to lean over to it, but keep your shoulders down. Now, when you lean over, take this other arm and reach out and bring it over. Once you get there, you've got to twist to look up at the ceiling. Now drop your hand down and then push with your arm. That will lift you back up. That's good. Now sometimes a movement like that one is practice and demonstration of compassion and mindfulness. So when we do that for the other side, I'm going to slide to the elbow, reach and bring it over. Look up at the ceiling and then begin to focus on the feeling of opening up the side ribs as you breathe. And since we're stretching all of these muscles over here on the side body, it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to use those very same muscles to lift us back up again. Now, it's probably okay. It's not the worst thing in the world, but when we drop our hand down and then use the arm to push up, and we get to keep all of this relaxation that we just created. So return here to the seated posture. I'm going to bring my feet back, this time closer together. I'm going to start with my left side. I'm going to stretch that leg out straight in front of me. The foot is flexed and the knee joint is firmly engaged. I'm going to even check it out with my hand here, making sure that the muscles are engaged and the kneecap has no wiggle to it. Now straighten the back. And we're going to place two hands here on the other knee, the right knee. Now if you keep a straight back, breathing in, eyes on your focal point, and breathing out, you're going to lean forward as far as you can for today. Now you can push with your arms here and inhale to lift up and exhale. Shift forward, keeping that straight back. Inhale and exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Now we're going to stay here. I'm going to move my left hand over and slide it down, reaching towards my left foot. And you might not make it to your foot today, maybe not next week. But that's not the point, is it? I think a lot of people think about joining a gym because they want to get in shape, they want to get strong, they want to lose weight. I think a lot of people practice yoga because they want to feel good. They want to become flexible. They want to reduce their stress. But that's not really the real reason why we practice yoga. If it is, we end up quitting. I know this from experience. And so try not to focus on the things that we'll get, the flexibility, the strength, all of these other things. They're good things, and you will get them, but try not to expect them. Try to focus instead on the present moment and mindfulness and being of service. Let's come back up. Take your time. Use your hands to help. I'm going to lift up on my leg, and now I'm going to bring it in. So interlace the fingers, lean back and lift. Now you can circle the ankle. Go the other way. Release yourself. Let's repeat those stretches on the other side. Step together, right leg extending out, right foot is flexing back towards you, right knee is firmly engaged, straight back, two hands over here on the left knee. I'm going to inhale, straighten the back, exhale, shift forward. Inhale, sitting up, and exhale, forward shift. You got it. Inhale up, exhale, shift. Breathing in and breathing out. Now I'm going to slide down, reaching towards that foot. When we spend our time focusing on the things that we want to get from our practice, that makes our perspective of our practice change into something transactional. I give you this, you give me that. I do this, I get that. And that's just a very elementary perspective to take on something as important as a yoga practice. Let's release and come back up. We like to look at our yoga practice as something more than just a transactional relationship. So use your hands and lift up on the leg. I'm going to interlace the fingers, lean back and lift up on the knee. Try to pull it in. Take your shoulders down as you do this. I'm going to circle the ankle now. Go the other way. Okay, release yourself from that. Just sit yourself back up. Good seated posture. Yeah. Now I'm going to slide my hands forward and move into the rounded back shape. Chin down, tailbone tucked underneath you. Lift yourself into the arched back shape. Lifting up on the tailbone, lifting up on the chin, lifting up on the chest. As you exhale, close and round. Inhale, lift up, arch back. Exhale, close and round. Good. Let's do 3 more. Excellent. Excellent work. Now, let's return to the seated posture. Mountain pose is next. Go ahead and stand behind the chair. Bring your feet closer together. When you feel like you've got all of your bones stacked up on top of each other, you're up against a wall, your eyes are focusing forward, your focal point will change when you're sitting down. Your focal point is lower, but now that you're up, you should not look down at your old focal point, but look straight ahead at the new one, something that's eye level here. Make sure your whole body is strong, legs, hips, core, back. Press together. Inhale overhead. Out to come down. 2 more. Good. Last one. Inhale up. Press the palms together overhead and exhale back down. Interlace your fingers and rotate the palms facing out. I want you to push straight in front of you. Move into the rounded back shape. We were just there. Now come back in and press the palms together. Inhale to reach up and exhale out to come down. And this time I'm going to take my left arm right behind the back and I'm going to pull on it. My right arm goes underneath it. The palm is facing up. I want to make sure that you are standing close enough to your chair that you feel the chair touching you. Mine's touching my legs. And so I want you to give this a try. Maybe you can lift yourself up onto your toes, lift your heels up off the floor, and then drop back down. Okay, try not to do this too hard. Just lift up a little bit and then come back down. Lifting up a little bit and then come back down. Good. Drop the arms and twist, twist, twist. Good. Inhale up and exhale back down. This time we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back and push into the heart opener. And we feel the muscles in the chest, the pectoral muscles stretching open. When you breathe in, the stretching open is increased. And when you breathe out, there's a softening. One more. Release yourself. Very good. Return to the mountain pose. We're going to inhale overhead and press the palms together. Exhale into the heart. Interlace the fingers with the opposite grip. Inhale. Exhale. Round back, lower chin. Inhale, pull it in. Press together. Inhale, overhead. Exhale. Right arm first behind the back. Left arm underneath. Return to mountain pose. Focus your eyes forward and lift the heels up and then drop down. And lift the heels up and then drop down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's drop the arms and twist, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Behind the back, opposite grip, and push. Now breathe. Release yourself. Now I'm going to flip the chair sideways. Return to the mountain pose and press together. Let's use that inhale to reach up and an exhale to come down. Forward fold. Take a deep breath at first. Do not let your breath slow down. Do not let it become too shallow. Bend your elbows, lower the top of your head to the seat of the chair. Straighten your knees, lift your tailbone. Take another big breath. Now relax your face. Stay relaxed. Lean into that chair, and we're going to be here for just a few more seconds. Maybe enough time to breathe 2 times. Be careful about lifting up. Don't try to come up all at once. Start by straightening the arms out and lifting the chin, and put a little slight bend in your knees. Just unstraighten the knees. Take a breath. And then I like to grab the top of the chair here and then slowly lift up. Yeah, you got the technique down. Very good. Now from here, let's flip the chair back to how it was. From the mountain pose, let's move into the calf stretch. I'm going to start over here on the left side. Grab the top of the chair. take a big step back. Now, when you do this, you have to step your foot back as far as you can go while keeping your heel down on the floor. Make sure that the foot is not pointing off to the side, but it's straight forward. Now, straighten out that left knee and bend the right knee. Pull the chair closer until you feel it tap your right knee. Now push against the chair and shift your weight back into the left heel. Tuck your tailbone down to increase the stretch. Focus your mind in that place so that we can watch the transformation take place one breath at a time. Can you imagine if the caterpillar could just go to the store and swipe its credit card and then suddenly grow wings and fly away? That's very transactional. Nature doesn't really do things that way. Instead, the caterpillar has to munch on leaves for a long time, and then it has to spin a cocoon, which seems very labor intensive. And then it has to stay inside that cocoon, transforming slowly over time. It's very present during this time. It's not thinking about what it's going to get in the future. Oh, I don't know. I've never talked to a caterpillar about it. I get the sense that they're not treating it so transactionally. Eventually, it bursts out of its cocoon and flies off. A long, slow, steady process of transformation, like you. Now, to release from this, I'm going to straighten out the leg and step together back into mountain pose. And we're going to do the other side. So this time it's the right foot stepping backwards, all the way back. Find the limit. Straighten the foot, straighten the leg. Bend the left knee, shift your chair. Shift your weight, focus your eyes. Take a deep breath. Take a normal breath. Now concentrate. Don't drift away. Stay with it. Let's release from this by straightening out the legs and then stepping together, returning here to the mountain pose. For the next one, I'm going to turn myself sideways so that you can see me. You don't have to. I'm going to move my camera down and give you something new today. Okay, so I'm standing very close to my chair. I'm going to take one step back from the chair. So I have some space here. You also might want to make sure you've got some space behind you, that you're not going to knock over a lamp or something. You want to have some space there. So I want you to watch this. And again, your version of this might look a little different than my version of this, but that's okay. I need you to do your best with it. So I'm going to start by leaning forward and grabbing onto the chair. And I'm going to lean forward into the chair so that I'm holding. Now, it depends on what kind of chair you have. You know, you might be able to bring yourself down onto it like this. That might be too far for you. Maybe you want to do this on your forearms instead. You see how my back is straight? Okay, so from here, I'm going to shift my weight over to my left foot. All of my weight on the left foot. And now I'm going to take my right heel and start to pick it up. You see this? Now, maybe you can lift it up a little bit higher. Maybe you can lift it up high, or maybe you can only lift it up a little bit down here. The point is to squeeze this gluteal muscle here and lift your leg up. Focus your eyes forward. Squeeze to lift. Breathe 2 times. That's it, just 2 times. Up, 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 up. You got it? Okay. Bend your knee and bring it forward, and then set it down. Now you can lift and come back up. What do you think about that? I want you to know that that's a very cool pose, that we're moving towards, okay? I want to see how well you handled that. You do a really good job with it. We're gonna do it on the other side, and then maybe in a couple of weeks, we'll add something else to it, and then we'll take pictures of you flying through the air. So that's the warrior number 3. We've got warrior 1 and 2. We already know them, but that's warrior number 3. We're working on it. It's not quite there yet. So for the other side, make sure you step your feet open a little bit. Having a wider stance makes it a little bit easier. Lean forward. Shift your weight this time to the right foot, and now I'm lifting the left foot. And you're trying to lift this up as high as you can. You see, if you do get it, this leg lifts up until we've got a straight line from the leg to the back. Mine looks like this. Nice. That's awesome. Good, good. Now look forward and breathe. Just a few seconds, just a few seconds. Up, up, up with your leg. Now bend your knee and bring it in, and then step down. Lift yourself back up. And now you can have a seat. Ooh, very good, very good. Very good. Nobody's sweating buckets yet. Very good. Seated posture. Press the palms together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Grab the bottom of your chair with 2 hands. Step your feet open. Shift over here to the side. Want to make sure that you feel this shoulder drop down as you lean over. And then we're going to grab onto the leg of your chair. And then that's right. Lean into the next stretch. I'm bringing my ear straight down. We started this one earlier in the practice, coming back to it here in a slightly deeper way. Keeping the eyes focused on one point, we will breathe now just a couple times. Now I'm going to bring the chin down. Lift yourself slowly. Push with your hands and feet. Push down with your feet to sit up. Very gradually, I'm planting my hands here. Straight back. Rotate the neck. Press the palms together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Grab the chair. Shift over. Move your hand to the leg of the chair. Now watch, I've got my focal point, and then I drop my ear. Now just a couple times, we will breathe, focusing our attention right on this spot where we feel the lengthening happening. I'm bringing the chin straight down. Now lift yourself up. Place the hands, rotate the neck. And you come right back to the middle. And then step the feet back closer together, but not all the way together. You see, I've still got my little space here in between my knees. I'm going to try to maintain this shape and turn myself sideways in the chair. I focus the eyes forward. Now inhale, grab the top of the chair with two hands. Exhale to twist. Release yourself. Now let's turn and face the other way. Straighten the back. Inhale, grab the top of the chair. Exhale, twist. Release yourself. Coming back to the front. Yes. Now, from here, I'm going to bring the feet closer together once again. And I'm going to grab onto my chair. And you can grab on anywhere that feels best for you. You can grab the bottom or the sides. But I'm going to step forward with both feet so that my legs are straight. Now, if it feels unstable, that's because it is. But I'll tell you, as long as your feet are in front of you, you cannot fall forward. You can only fall to the sides. So make sure that you're holding on, because at least you'll take your chair with you. I've never seen anyone fall. So keep your legs straight, and we want to keep both feet flexing back towards you, and your knees right here, they're very stable. Okay, so strengthen these muscles here to keep the kneecaps lifted. Now, if you keep the strength in your feet and in your knees, you can lift up with your chest, and then you can lean forward. And you might find it more comfortable to grab onto the side of your chair and lean into it, or maybe it's better for you to grab the bottom and lean into it. But here's what I want you to try. You can watch me first. I'm going to tuck my chin down. And as I tuck my chin down and lean forward as far as I can go, I start to feel a stretch not only in my legs, but also I feel it a lot in my back too. I want you to think that you are trying to lean forward as far as you can with all of your body weight. And we're going to hold it and just breathe a few times now. You look really good. Keep it just like that. Now from here, keep where you are, stay where you are, but just let go with your left hand and reach your left hand over towards your right shin. Left hand to right shin. We're just reaching as far as we can for that. Take a couple breaths. Now, without moving your body, just take your left hand and go back to the chair. Let's get a grip with that left hand on the side or bottom of your chair. And we're just going to switch. Right hand moves over to the left shin. Keep the chin down and we'll breathe just a couple times. Now, put your right hand back on the chair. And what you're going to do is lift up with your head and start to lean back, all the way back. And now we can bring the legs in here until the feet are planted. Now go ahead and bring yourself back up. You can sit closer to the middle of your chair or the back of your chair. Now, let me fix my camera. I'm scooting back against my chair, and then I'm going to make sure that my feet are in the correct position, just like in the beginning, with the ankle bones directly beneath the knee joint. Once you have that, bring the hands in, elbows in, palms up, head comes back, and then the eyes are closed. This will bring you into Shavasana. Now, traditionally, Shavasana would be laying down on the floor, and maybe we'd cover ourselves up with blankets. We'd put a blanket over our face. We'd cover up completely. But I've found it's just as effective sitting here in the chair, as long as we keep the palms facing up and the eyes closed. And what I want you to realize is that web, that net, that blanket that you are a part of that connects you to all other beings, you are completely inseparable from that net, but you are separable from yourself. Your individual spirit, soul, or consciousness will drift away from you. And when this happens, you realize that the body and the mind are the illusion. And that transactional relationship that we see all around us is the illusion. The soul and its source are real. Breathe deeply. Let's press the palms together in front of the heart and keeping the eyes closed. Look down into the center of your heart, experiencing your connection to all things. Feeling grateful in your heart for having the ability to practice today with body, mind, and spirit. Softly opening the eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Have a great day.
Good
You
weekend.
too. Very good job today, folks. Very good job. Remember, it's
See you
very
next
it's very easy to accidentally become dehydrated after you practice in the winter time.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
even if you're here where the weather feels like a summer day, or if you're in Ohio,
Till winds come.
you got to drink water after you practice. Okay.
Okay.
I'm drinking a lot of
Thank
water.
you.
Thanks for the new practices. They were good.
Yeah, I like that. That was good.
I'd been wanting to do that one for a couple of weeks, but I wanted to make sure that we all had like a few practice sessions under our
Mhm.
belt before we jumped into some of that stuff. So,
That was great.
yeah.
Good.
You don't want to do that having not practiced. You'll pull a muscle. So you all did a good job with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, really good work today. I like
Thank
that.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too. We'll
Yeah.
see you next time.
Have a good
Bye.
next week.